Muaaz, I got Muaaz on here. He does tips for videos, YouTube, and he does technology. He just doesn't do that. He does technology videos too. Um, Also, I want to shout out my friend J Cole's Gaming. He does YouTube. Go check out his channel and stuff like that. I have Maz's channel in the description down below. And my first question is what got you into YouTube, Maz?
Hey man, that's a good question. I feel like for most people, it's usually just like wanting to be able to build a community around like what they want to create or share with people. Like when I was younger, I'd watch a lot of YouTubers like Smosh, for example, or Fred. I don't even know if you know who those are.
I do. I actually do. I watch their videos. I've seen their videos before.
For sure. Did you ever watch Fred?
I mean, as a kid, I watched him on TV.
Yeah.
I didn't really like.
Yeah, no, but he was like the first YouTuber who ever hit a mill.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, so like I'd watch them, and
Yeah.
I thought it was so cool that they had like a little community who would always watch their videos, comment on their videos, and things like that. I just thought like the concept of it was so cool that like I even wanted to try it out myself. So that's kind of like what got me started with YouTube, is like hoping that I'd be able to like build like a cool community around me, you know?
Right. So you basically you didn't answer your influence. Well, didn't you? You basically did answer your influence, right? Because you said Smosh and
Yeah, the Smosh and Fred definitely like got me into YouTube when I was younger, but the people who kept me going and taking it a bit more serious were probably Nadeshot and FaZe Rain. Those two, like, they started when they were younger. I started with nothing and then kind of like built a whole empire around them, and now they're able to help their friends and family, which is like super inspiring to me. So I feel like those two definitely kept me going. Like when I started taking it more seriously, like when I was a bit older, not a kid just making a bunch of random content, you know.
Right. Actually, I do have a question. Do you feel like you have responsibility to kids, because the type of content you make, parents are gonna complain about YouTubers. That's always just gonna happen. It's just some oversensitive parents are gonna do that sometimes. Just like they do with video games. They blame video games, but it's really not video games. It's just the people your kid is around. Maybe you should have your kid stop being around those people. That's just like a notation, right?
Yeah.
So, how do you feel like you have responsibility?
I do, honestly, to an extent, because in a way, like, a lot of like the next generation of YouTubers, like some of them might watch my videos and trying to learn how to grow their own channel, right? So I feel like I have responsibility to like help them in a positive way, if that makes sense. Like make sure that the next generation of creators like are good influencers for the one after them, and so on and so forth. So I feel like I have somewhat of a responsibility. Like I try not to be edgy or like disrespectful or anything like that in my videos. Like I try to make it straightforward, fun to watch, entertaining, and things like that. And just like in case, like, because sometimes even like parents are gonna watch these kind of videos and they'll be like, "Oh, my kid wants to be a YouTuber. Maybe I can look up some tips that I can share with them." Like, if a parent's watching my video, of course I want to put a good light on, right? Or like a good representation of what YouTubers are like for that parent, because that parent's gonna be able to like relay that information to their kid who might want to start creating content, and so on and so forth. Does that kind of answer your question? I think it should.
Yeah. That answers the question. So what I'm not also asking you. I'm gonna ask you this too. How do you feel about the state of YouTube?
I think the current state of YouTube is actually heading in a pretty positive direction right now. I've noticed that they've been implementing a lot of things that creators have wanted for a while. They're working with creators more directly. Like I know that YouTube specifically is actually working with all of the gaming creators that they've been signing to make their live streaming platform better. And I feel like just that itself is so cool. Like they're scheduling personal one-on-one meetings with so many different creators just so they can like take their input on where they can improve, how they can improve, and what the creator themselves wants to see. I just feel like they're overall heading on a pretty good path of like helping back or giving back to the creators in a good way, if that makes sense.
Right. Do you feel like once you become a big YouTuber, do you think you're gonna have like a huge ego, or do you feel like you're gonna have like a more bigger, like, you know how certain YouTubers have huger egos and they become not good people? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I will. I don't really. I still see myself as a small YouTuber, like for real. I'm learning every day and things like that. I I really don't think of a sub number being a representation of you being better than anyone or anything like that, because that just is so stupid thinking about it like that. Like, you're literally an equal to everyone who watches your content. Like, it's as simple as that. Because without your viewers, you're literally nothing, you know?
Yeah.
But I know like some YouTubers do end up becoming that way, which is messed up. But like, there are also some great YouTubers like David Dobrik, for example, who is still like such an amazing person, no matter how big or famous he's gotten. Like, he's literally like the goal for like any YouTuber who wants to become a big YouTuber. Really, he's so humble. He talks with all of his fans still and stuff like that. Like, it's just so awesome to see that, honestly.
Yeah, he actually kind of. That's what I was talking. I'm gonna say this. Who do you think is going to be like the next generation of TikTok? TikTok kind of influenced YouTubers.
I think we're already seeing that right now with like Charlie. You know, she's already got a whole YouTube production team that's helping her make her videos. Same thing with like Addison. She'll probably be huge too on YouTube eventually. I think eventually most of the TikTok stars are gonna go to YouTube, kind of like how all the Vine stars did, because like there's not too much like opportunity to make money on TikTok and Vine. Like, you're not gonna make money off of the loops and plays you get on your videos. Like, you have to do brand deals to make money. So, but YouTube already has like monetization so like set down and locked in for creators already. Like, it's so straightforward on how to do it. So I think that's probably the best way.
So I actually with the Vine thing, I actually watched this interview with Kenny Knox, right? And he said that the generation before him, the original Vine generation, they actually asked Vine for money up front. Like the other big ones without the big production Vine videos, the ones like King Bash, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, they asked for money up front to do all of that.
Yeah, they did. That's what I heard. Is what they did something like that because Vine was looking for ways to like revive itself.
Right.
And they wanted to get paid, but I don't think Vine was able to supply them with payment.
Right. Honestly, how do you feel about like? Do you think YouTubers will stay on top forever? Like, you think over your whole career you'll stay to like? Do you think most YouTubers will end up like KSI, Rice Gum, Shane Dawson, Smosh to a degree, Forest Fire 1-on-1 to a degree? I don't really think he's as relevant as he used to be, but to a degree, do you think they'll last that long?
I think most won't, but that doesn't mean that they're gonna like fall off or become irrelevant or something. I think that most will usually end up like moving on to something else, whether it's like starting their own business, starting their own like clothing line, blah blah blah. Like, I feel like once you get to a certain point on YouTube, you have so many different opportunities that you can like pick from, you know. The people like KSI, Shane Dawson, etc., like the ones who blew up on YouTube and are still big, those ones just like chose to do that, but they also have so much else going for them. I think Shane started like a beauty line or something. KSI owns multiple houses in like London that he says he has like passive income coming in like all the time because he rents those out to other people. Like, all these creators, like,
I thought that was Deji. I thought Deji did that. I thought he sold houses.
Realistically, they probably both did it.
Oh, true.
But I know KSI did it. But like, that's actually something that almost every YouTuber does, though. Like, they'll buy multiple houses and then they'll let people rent them from them so that they have money coming in every month no matter what.
That's actually pretty smart. I think I should do that when I become a YouTuber.
Yeah, nah, man. Everyone should, if they can, they should definitely do something like that, just so they can have that passive income coming in monthly, regardless.
Because YouTube, any day now, YouTube could just turn off, right? It could just shut down, and you're not getting any money, right? And your backup could be the houses you're getting paid for, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, well, I don't even remember what the question was. Oh yeah, like, no, yeah, I don't think everyone is gonna make it to the degree that KSI and Shane did, but I think a lot of people, even if you don't make it that far, you have so much potential to still do so many other things.
Right. So, when you're growing so do you think do you think the you know how that saying goes, when you hit 1,000 subscribers, it gets easier from then on there? Do you think that's true?
Definitely, because by then you've learned kind of like the ins and outs of what works and doesn't work. So you're kind of like able to use that going forward. When you're uploading videos, you can see which videos you should do more of, which ones you shouldn't do as much of. things like that. I think overall it gets easier because you have a better idea of what you're doing yourself as a creator.
Right, right. Do you think it was easier to blow up on YouTube through 2005 through 2014 compared to 2015 through 2020? You think it was easier back then or easier now?
Oof, the question is so interesting, and I really like it because it's so unique. I think the answer is it's easy both ways. I just think it's different because back then there was less creators, so there was less competition, right?
Right, right.
But so that's why it was easier to blow up then. But now it's easier to blow up because you have so many more people to look at for inspiration, and the technology and stuff has gotten so much more advanced that you're able to do so much more in your videos to make them entertaining and things like that, and actually stand out and like blow up as a creator that way as well. So I feel like both ways there was like they had their own pros, you know. The only issue now is that there's so much more competition. Like thousands of people sign up every day because they want to be the next big YouTuber, you know. So just because of that, it's just getting harder.
Right, right. So, how do you feel like commentary channels get unjust hate sometimes, depending on how they are?
Yeah, I guess depending on how they are, I think most of them are just trying to share their opinion on random topics and things like that. So I guess it is just like dependent on the creator itself. I think commentary channels themselves are a pretty cool niche. Like, you know, just sharing your idea or sharing your thoughts, ideas, opinions, things like that on whatever is relevant at the current point in time. I think that itself is a pretty cool concept. But I feel like some people, they just might carry it out like in a disrespectful manner and things like that. I feel like that's really it though for that. I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty good answer. Do you feel like how do you feel when people are like starting drama for views? Like you're just like I don't know if like did you keep up with the KSI versus Rice Gum beef?
The stuff that's happening recently?
Yeah, so I don't understand. Like, are they starting beef over music, or are they just starting beef because?
Honestly, I'm not too sure, but what I do know is like KSI and Rice Gum used to be like best friends and stuff. Like they made this song together a couple of years ago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think Rice Gum even was supporting him like during the boxing fights and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe this is just like I could just be like random like promotionary beef or whatever, like just to get their names out a bit more.
I think I realized what happened is when KSI, okay, he put the video on private because he actually Rice Gum took the plane to London because Logan paid for his ticket. He put it on private. Rice Gum then went on a podcast and then with Keemstar. And then he was saying his music was better and that he needed his views or something. That's why he kept Earthquake on private. And so when KSI did a video, we saw that he went on there and deleted the Earthquake video and then proceeded to talk trash to him on the next video. He actually made an entire video on Rice Gum and how KSI's music is better. And then Rice Gum said in his next video, he made a video on one of these new TikTok people that they TikTokers are kind of cringy now, but like he made a video on them, and then he said he was gonna make a video on KSI like next video. That was like 2 days ago. So I just like I don't understand, like, do you feel like people like try to start drama, or do you think they unintentionally with Rice Gum? It's unintentional. Like every time he comes back on the website, somebody's always talking about him. Like I don't like sometimes it's just like it's just unintentional sometimes.
I feel like your question like bounced in so many different places. I don't really know too much about the KSI and Rice Gum beef, like I said before. But I think just people who start drama, like oftentimes it's just like I don't think they intend for it to get as big as it does, but oftentimes it does get very big, you know. Right. But yeah, I don't really know too much else to say there. I feel like your question was just so all over the place.
How do you feel like when people are faking the coronavirus? Like they're faking that they have the coronavirus.
That's messed up. That's
you know people cool. I'm not gonna say their name. You know, there's a few people that have done videos saying they have a coronavirus.
Yeah, no, I've heard about that. That's messed up.
Yeah, that's actually pretty sad. I'm not gonna even. That's not cool at all. Like I have a friend that died because of that. I don't respect that at all.
That's messed up. Sorry for your loss.
Yeah. But I just feel like maybe you should just like take a test before you even confirm anything. Before you can say you have a coronavirus, just because you cough or sneeze.
There's no need for you to fake it until you know for certain. You know, it's so messed up.
Yeah. But you know what? Actually, I have a problem with YouTube with that. When people put the coronavirus or anything in the title talking about they demonetize it. But then they got a whole bunch of backlash when they had celebrities in the video talking about stay home, and people were going off talking about, oh, the rich people are gonna tell us when to stay home, da 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 da. They were going off on YouTube, and their video was kind of like, it was 100 million views, and it didn't get deleted or nothing like that. How do you feel about YouTube, like, deleting just anything you talk about, they talking about the coronavirus, they're deleted? How do you feel about that? Like, do you think that's killing free speech, or?
I don't think they delete it. I think that their system just automatically flags it, and then you can just appeal it manually to fix it. I don't think they do it intentionally or anything like that. I think it's just like the AI or whatever automatically flags it, and then you can just appeal it.
Okay. How do you feel about like if you were to have like let's just say you have 10 million subs, right? 15 million subs. And let's say you're living a life like a rapper. You're spending money, you're big baller, hot shot, west side, all of that stuff, you're doing all that stuff. You're big balling. One day, you don't have your YouTube channel is gone. Like, how do you you don't even have a second channel made up because you think your channel is gonna be fine, and one day maybe you got a copyright strike or something on your channel, and one day your channel's just gone. It's just deleted, gone.
Yep.
How do you deal with that? How do you deal with that being like gone and stuff like that? And I'm actually gonna get another question with that. Yeah.
If you were living a lifestyle like that where you were able to buy so many things like that, you should have been able to make good enough investments where you should be decent for a while,
Right.
Like you need to prioritize your future when you have money like that. You shouldn't just be balling out on designer clothes, Off-White, Bape, all that just for like the now.
Right.
You need to definitely be investing in yourself for the future in one way or another.
Right. Because you never know.
Investing in businesses, real estate, stocks, stuff like that.
And that's what my next question is, like, with Article 13, I think that happened like 2 years ago.
That's the UK thing, right?
Yeah, like, when they were trying to, like, you're getting arrested for doing memes, or, like, if you had a Twitter page and your Twitter page got deleted because you got something going on, like, the internet is just like has gone like crazy these last couple years. That's why I was asking about the state of YouTube, because if you look at videos like I'm not talking about the big YouTubers never get in trouble, but we're talking about the YouTubers that like get a couple million views, like maybe like KSI. You get demonetized for cursing now. You can't even like now I'm talking about back in like 2019. They would demonetize you for like cursing and everything. So now there's a mode where you can say is your video made for kids or not? And if it's not for kids, they cut off the comment section, and they cut off like sharing videos. I don't even know what's going on, but like, how do you feel about YouTube demonetizing and like doing all that other stuff just for like you're expressing yourself in the most realistic way, so you don't have to dumb it down for the kids and stuff like that? Not saying that you have to kids are dumb, but you know what I'm saying.
I think you got like the wrong understanding of what like the COPPA or COPA stuff is. I think you have the wrong understanding of it. So basically, like, you know how like you're not allowed to be on any social media unless you're 13 or older?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So that's basically the same thing for YouTube as well. Like, you're not supposed to have an account unless you're 13 or older.
Right.
Or like if you do, I think your parent has to make it for you or something like that. So YouTube isn't allowed to collect data, or really any social media account company is not supposed to collect data of anyone younger than 13. So that's why if your video is made for kids, they turn off your comments right away, because they don't want kids commenting on your video, and then they're collecting the comment as data, because they're not allowed to do that by law. So that's why they do it. They don't do it for any other reason. It's literally because they're not allowed to. So, like, if you're making videos that are intended for kids to watch, they're going to cut off the comments on it and things like that because they don't want to collect that data.
Okay, so that's why I actually was about to get into this. So, you said that you can be 13 or older having an app, right? So why don't they? So okay, I don't understand. Like, all right, so you can have 13 or older, right? Is YouTube really expecting some 13-year-olds to go on the YouTube Kid app, YouTube Kid app? You expect them to be on that app? I'm just saying.
I don't think, no, but just I think anyone, don't quote me on this because I don't know, but like, I'm pretty sure anyone's allowed to go and watch content, but you're not supposed to have an account.
I don't even know. Maybe YouTube is just like, yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah, because once you have the account, that's when the data collection starts happening.
That's crazy. I actually have a next question. Do you think you're gonna expand your brand? Do you think you'll expand your brand outside of just YouTube?
I think so. I don't eventually want to end up doing merch, things like that. As for like expanding my brand in general, I think it would be cool to do more personality-based content on my channel instead of just like commentaries for how to do tutorial stuff and things like that. I think it'd be fun to include my personality a bit more in my videos. Maybe do some more gaming stuff. I don't know. There's ideas I have, but I haven't like executed on anything fully yet. There's also some like things I want to do like on the side as well, so we'll see.
Okay. So I see that you got big YouTubers now following you, right? Now that you have big YouTubers following you, do you think you'll ever hit them up and ask to do a collab in the future?
If it happens organically, sure. I don't think I'm ever just gonna make my first message with someone being like, yo, let's do something. Like, I would rather build a friendship a bit first and then maybe hit them up and be like, hey, any chance you want to do something like this? Because I feel like if you just hit someone up for a favor right away, it's so like rude. Like, even if they say yeah, like, they're not gonna think the same of you because you used them the first time you ever even talked with them, you know?
Right.
So having a friendship is more important than being able to leverage who they are at all, in my opinion. Like, I would rather just even be friends instead of just collaborating, you know?
Like, I actually, I think I was like a little, like, no, I think I was like 12 or 13. I actually watched your videos. I actually used to be like, oh, I like your videos, because you actually helped out with my channel and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I used to, like, I think that was back in like 2018 or something like that. And so, when my channel grew a bit, I don't know, I just like, now that I can, now that I talk to these guys and stuff like that, some of these big YouTubers or guys that I talk to on Discord or play games with, I could just, ask them if they want to be in an interview or something like that. And I say it casually. I don't really I make it casual and business a little bit, but I don't make it like where, I just say it out the blue or nothing like that. I just ask, can you want to do an interview or make it professional, have my quotations or whatever. I just don't really, like when people ask me for, like, I have other small YouTubers or other friends that ask me for a collab. I'm down with it. I just have to put out time to do that type of stuff. It just takes a lot of time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Right. And you said you wanted to do more gaming, right?
Ideally, I don't know if I do it on the main channel or if I make another one or start streaming or whatever. I haven't given it too much thought. I just know that, like, I want to do more, That's a good question. Actually, do you think in the next 10 years, Twitch and YouNow is going to peak? Because a lot of YouTubers like Dante and stuff, they go on Twitch, record their videos on Twitch, put it on YouTube. That's what they're doing. A lot of YouTubers are doing. They're making money off of Twitch and YouTube. That's why he doesn't even post that much. Yeah. You think they're going to compete in the future? Streaming, just competing in the future. It's a complicated answer, honestly, because YouTube is both live streaming and normal video content, whereas Twitch is primarily just live streaming. It's no one really goes on there to watch old live streams and things like that, even though you can. So I feel like it's not really a competition, you know.
Yeah.
But I think more people are going to be live streaming for sure.
Right.
Just because it's like another source of income that you can have.
Right. So, do you feel like you actually watched one of your some other videos of yours? You said that you would love to like collab with smaller YouTubers, and so you said like that you would help grow their channels or help get them, help them give them a boost or something like that when you're doing videos with that. That's what you have in mind, or that's what you're trying to do.
I don't think I said that. I think I just straight up said, like, if anyone wants to get a collab going, just let me know.
Oh, well, I guess so, but I mean, honestly, when I do videos and with stuff with other people, I just try to help them out or like maybe
no, because the thing is, like, I'm doing the collab on the person's channel. Like, I haven't done a collab on my channel in forever.
Oh.
It's just like if someone wants me on their own video, let me know and I'll see if I can help in one way or another. Because like I can't like make a 10-second video on my channel and be like, yo, I uploaded a video, I did a collab with this person, go check it out. Like this, I can't do that.
Right.
So it's kind of hard for me to like give them that boost, but just being able to like help them out and come up on their channel and be like, give them my time and be like, yo, I'll help in whatever way I can for helping you create this video. I feel like that should motivate some people in one way or another. If it doesn't, I don't know, but I think it does. From what I've seen, at least.
Right. So, how do you feel about like I got three more questions because I got 3 more minutes until this interview is kind of over. So, yeah, how do you feel about people using like using kids for views? Like do you watch Diesel Patches, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, well, he makes these videos on some of these family channels, and he feels like they're using them for views. I mean, I watched some of them. I'm not gonna say their names. I watched some of them before. I was entertained by them, but he feels like they're setting them up for failure or something like that. Like how these Disney kid stars are, and
honestly, I don't know. I don't watch any family channels or anything like that, so I don't know if I'm the best person for this one.
Oh, you don't? You never seen like a video or nothing like that before?
I used to watch like Roman Atwood's vlogs and stuff, but like other than that, I don't really, or like the Ace family here and there, but I don't really watch too much YouTube.
Yeah, that's what we was talking about in his videos. I think that's what he was mostly talking about.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I primarily don't watch like those YouTubers. Like, there's nothing against them. I just don't. It's not like what I watch,
Right. So, actually, this is my last question. You watch iDubbbz, right?
I used to a lot back in the day, like when he was a bit more consistent, Not, he might still be consistent. I don't know. But I used to watch him a lot more. Like I'd say like 2017.
Right. People are on his case now because he's quote unquote, he's a quote unquote simp now because his girl's doing OnlyFans or something like that. So people are like calling him hypocrites for what he did to, like, he made content cops on other people, and people are saying like, how can you make a content cop on other people when you're doing the same exact thing they were doing? Or you know how comment section is, or people are in general on the internet. They will throw that stuff back in your face for like, yeah. So how do you feel about that? If you know about the situation?
I honestly, bro, like, sorry to let you down with this one, but I don't know too much about that specific thing that you're talking about.
Okay, well, let me just make the question general. Like, if you were to make videos about people, exposing them,
and then someone exposed
the
same person,
I
mean, I guess you can't be upset about it,
Yeah, I mean, like, you expose them, and then they come back and you're doing like some, you know, some stuff like similar to them, or doing something that you aren't supposed to be doing, and then you get a lot of backlash. Do you feel like it's, you know, it's kind of your fault that you did that, or you shouldn't have let it out publicly, or you should have just kept quiet and just let it be, or whatever? You feel
I feel like no one deserves like hate or anything like that in general, to be honest. But like if you do something that you talked down on previously, I guess you can't really complain about it. It's just something you gotta deal with, you know, because eventually it'll like pass on. It sucks that it happens to people, but like you just gotta wait it out, I guess.
Right. Hey everybody, the interview is almost over. Please like and subscribe to Muaaz's channel. I'm gonna put his channel, Twitter, Instagram, and you have Facebook, or?
No, I don't have Facebook.
Okay, so YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. I put my Instagram and stuff down there. You know, it's already on my YouTube channel, so you don't have to check it. I'm gonna send you the video. If you wanna repost it on Twitter or something like that, you can. You don't have to. If you wanna watch it, because I'm actually gonna premiere this, so it's actually gonna come out like 8 o'clock, because I actually have another interview in about 50 minutes with another guy, and so I'm about to do that. I'll send you the video if you want to repost it, or if you want to watch the video in advance, I'll give it to you in about a few minutes after I edit it. Please like and subscribe to his channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.